Okay, so I'm back here in the view of all of the data. I switched over from the pivot table and I clicked on Miami data again so that I could see all of the data again. And let's go ahead and sort this column again to put all of the 999s at the top. So what if I don't want to count the people who didn't answer this question? What if I'm only interested in the behavior of people who did answer the question? I don't want any of these people who said 999 to be included in my data analysis. Well, I can use a filter to filter out any of the respondents that had an answer of 999. There are multiple ways to add a filter, but the easiest way is to select the column that you're interested in filtering. So select column D. You can see that it's selected because it's highlighted in blue. And then going to our handy dandy data menu. And then moving down here to create a filter. We can click on create a filter and we will see that the heading above our column turns green to show that there's an option to filter it. And additionally, over here, the row labels, the number of each row turns green too. And there are 3 little lines next to the name of our column. So we want to go ahead and click on those 3 little lines to filter the influence column. We can see that there's sorting too. You can use a formula, but the easiest way is to come down here and look at all the values that exist in this column. Some of them are blank, some of them are number 1, some of them are number 2, and some of them are 999. So we know that we want to leave 1 and 2 alone, but we don't want anyone who responded 999. So we're going to click on it to deselect. And you can see the check mark here disappeared. Then we're going to go up here and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to click to deselect blanks. And the check mark disappeared. Now the only thing that's left over is 1 and 2. So then we go ahead and we click on the green OK button. And now you can see that the 3 lines have been replaced by a funnel. That tells us that the filter is active. And if we scroll down, we can see that there's no longer any values of 999. They have been filtered out. Now, we can do many things with our filtered data, but one thing that we might be interested in doing is copying and pasting it into a new spreadsheet so that we have one spreadsheet that's filtered and one spreadsheet that's not filtered. To copy the entire filtered spreadsheet, all you need to do is click up here in the top left space, right under this FX, between the 1 and the A. If you click here, you'll see that the entire spreadsheet gets selected, including the green filtered column. Then you can go ahead and say edit, copy, or Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac. Copy. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now I'm going to create a new spreadsheet by going to this plus sign on the bottom left. I'm going to add a sheet. Instead of the default name, I'm going to rename it to filtered by influence variable. And I'm going to select the first cell up here, which is cell A1. And I'm going to not just click Control V, instead I'm going to go to edit. And instead of just paste, I'm going to go to paste special. And under paste special, you'll see this option, paste values only. This is the option that we want because if we paste values only, we won't be copying over any of the rules or filters or formulas that we applied to our previous spreadsheet. We're only going to be putting in the actual numbers and words and letters that correspond to our data. So we click on paste values only. It's going to take a second because it's big. And here we have it, our complete data set without any of the rows that had 999 under influence. And now if we go back to our original data by clicking down here on Miami data, Our filter is still active. You can see that because of this funnel, but we can actually turn it off. The simple way of doing that is just clicking the green funnel next to the word influence, scrolling down again and clicking either on select all up here or manually selecting each option again so that they are all selected with this check mark next to them, and then clicking OK. Now you can see that we have the values of 999 back here in our column, whereas in our filtered spreadsheet, they're still not there. So we haven't impacted this data at all by copying and pasting just the values.